I'm James Chow. 30 years ago, Chinese farmers began working with a new energy in their fields as a policy was implemented called the Household Contract System of Responsibility. Unusual name maybe, but it gave the right of land use to individual families. Now 30 years on and a new round of reform is taking place. CCTV's Xu Zhaoqun goes to the southwestern province of Sichuan to tell us the benefits of what's being called land circulation.
Tangying Agriculture Co. Limited reads the sign at the gateway to Tangying village in Chenglai, a county in Sichuan. 30 years ago, the villagers would never have imagined that one day many of them would become workers in a company that they had established themselves. Vegetables are being planted in the country's 55 hectares of farmland, which used to be fields contracted to the villagers. Wu Mingyuan transferred half of his field to the company to grow tomatoes, and he works half a day in the company's greenhouse.
Now I have a salary every month, which is much more than what I made before I came here.
Modern technology is easier to apply in the company's mass production, and marketing is no longer a headache for individual farmers.
This is just like an extra income, and I earn 700 or 800 yuan a month here. Really not bad.
In the last 2 years, the company has become one of the regular fresh vegetable suppliers for the supermarkets in Chengdu, the capital of Sichuan province. The successful management style of the company means that it's a dream for many in neighboring villages to join the business.
The farmland in several other villages had already been transferred to the company, but the managers didn't visit my village, and I simply couldn't wait, so I just came over here to apply for a job.
Perhaps Shen Huaxiu doesn't have to wait too long before someone else takes an interest in her field. The Rural Assets and Equity Exchange opened a few weeks ago, and similar institutions are also opening at the county level.
Those who want to sell or let their land can register here, and the details will be displayed here. By the end of this year, all the counties around Chengdu will have their own such system. This will ensure the information is effectively distributed.
30 years ago, farmers were the first group of people benefiting from reform, but it is hard for them to keep in step with the urban development only by cultivating a small patch of land. More and more farmers are trying to look for better opportunities in the cities. Farmland circulation brings together the vacant land and surplus labor force so as to make the agricultural production sustainable.
If we could have a right policy or incentive that encouraging households who do not use that farming as a prime income generation activities, we could encourage them to transfer land to others who are interested and better in farming. So that's why, land consolidation could be done through the land transfers, user rights transfers between households.
Wu Mingyuan is still interested in farming and also encouraged to take part in the transfer. He has not yet transferred the rest of his field, only because it is not within the stretch of land the company is using to set up greenhouses. Wu says that sooner or later he will let all his field to the company and becomes a full-time employee.
The examples in Chenglai and many other places show that the circulation of farmland does indeed help improve the efficiency of agriculture production. However, many questions have to be answered before this approach can go forward, like how to prevent the land from being developed for industrial use, and how to guarantee the farmers' interests after their right of land use being transferred to others. These factors are equally important issues for both farmers and relevant governmental authorities to settle. Xu Zhaoqun, CCTV, Chenglai, Sichuan Province.
Now, the amount of cultivated land in China is actually quite small when you compare it to the country's vast territory. Over the past 30 years, cultivated areas have been gradually taken over by industrial development. Farmers are often the most vulnerable group when their land changes hands. Tomorrow, Xi Zhaoqian will tell us about efforts to protect the land and the interests of farmers in the suburbs of Chengdu.
China's opening up and reform policies for profound changes, affecting development, lifestyle, and global image. Join us for our special series on what the past 30 years have brought. Only on CCTV International.